Morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. I am the first presenter of my personal marketing plan using the SWOT matrix. So before that, my inspirational quotation of this is from the Lotus, a video game character from the game Warframe. She says, "Dream not of who you are, but of who you want to be." Basically, meaning that when you do dream, you dream of the things you want to be or the things you aspire to become. My executive summary, my 5-year plan starting from here at age 17 up until I am around first or second year in college. So of course, I plan to work hard and smart for the remainder of my years in senior high school. I would like to explore more curricular activities to earn some form of credit, meaning earn some recognition outside of my academics. And then I would like to maintain my honor student status until I move up to college. And then I do plan on studying abroad in Japan, so I need to do research and learn about the schools that I wish to enroll in. And then in those universities, I would like to apply for scholarship and of course be studying in abroad. I also need to research about their culture difference and customs because Japanese people particularly are known for being very polite.
Ano?
Nihongo Renshushi Suzukeru, meaning I will continue to practice learning the Japanese language. And then once I am in college, when I'm in university, I plan to gain at least one friend because I believe you do not need many friends. You only really need one or two you really trust and who are faithful to you. And then my 10-year plan starting from college up until I am in my early 30s. Gambremas meaning I will continue to do my best in college in my academics. And then as I am in first or second year college, I will look for and apply for a part-time job, probably in regards to bookkeeping because it's the most basic type of job I can do as a student. And then, of course, I plan to graduate and go home here in the Philippines, get a job to become financially stable, and then, of course, get married. And then for competitive profile matrix, these are the top 3 schools I chose. The first one is the University of Tokyo or Todai. Its location is there, and then the tuition fee is 236,820 pesos. This is the tuition fee for the whole school year. So this is actually a little less than the tuition fee that we had in junior high. In junior high, we used to pay around 74 to 76,000 pesos per quarter. And if you compute that for the whole school year, it would amount to more than 236,000 pesos. The academic term for this school is semestral, and then my first choice will always be accountancy, followed by BS business education, and then electrical engineering. For school 2, I chose Osaka University or Handai. Its location is written there. It has the same tuition fee. It's also semestral. And then I also have the same order of choices. Then for the last school, I chose Centro Escolar University or CEU. Its tuition fee is much, much lower compared to the previous two. It's only 76,542 pesos. It's also semestral in its academic term. And then again, same order of choices. So in conclusion, I chose to go for the University of Tokyo. And then the other two, Osaka University, for me, it's just an option. And then CEU, if my plans really do go awry, if I'm not able to achieve the goals I need in order to reach Japan, then CEU will be my fallback. It's my safety net.
Okay, ako muna.
So,
You can I think enroll online naman right now at Todai if I'm not mistaken. Or do you have to attend physically?
sir, I'm not sure about that. I've heard that there are programs that require you to go there physically.
Oh, but if the course that you're going to take at Hodai can allow you to just enroll all the subjects at online, then Hodai is not bad. Hodai is one of the best schools. No? So go ahead, no problem.
So why University of Tokyo and BS Accountancy? First, Tokyo University because of the quality education. Of course, it's the quality of education over there is much better than the ones we have here. The big four schools that we have here in the Philippines are ranked around 300 or so in the world, and Tokyo University is around I think it was top 50. And then of course, again, applying for scholarships in the University of Tokyo, meaning they will be paying for most of my expenses, including housing and rent, and most of the school expenses. And then the only thing that we really need to worry about would be transportation. The scholarship would really help me and my family out financially. And Tokyo University is what I prepared for the past year or so. It's the school I've been preparing to go to. There's no other school that I've been preparing for. It's also, of course, my dream. It's my very goal to go to University of Tokyo. And then accountancy, because the skills and knowledge I've acquired, I do not want them to go to waste. In junior high, I took the business high school program, and then now in senior high school, I'm an ABM student. It's where I currently am. So all the skills and knowledge I've acquired point me towards going in taking the BS accountancy course. And then lastly, accounting is something that I've actually come to enjoy. There's something about keeping records of financial transactions, bookkeeping actually is what I enjoy the most in accounting.
Okay.
And then situation analysis, of course, us as ABM students, we are faced with a very hectic schedule. As you know, PCC particularly the senior high school department, has adapted a very tight academic calendar in order to put the school year in a much better schedule for the next school year. And then we are faced with not necessarily a new mode of learning, but it is new to us since we have been doing face to face ever since we started school, since nursery. Of course, with the new mode of learning, this comes all the inconveniences and challenges we face. People who are not good with gadgets, and people who have internet problems. Our homes aren't exactly suitable learning environments compared to physical classrooms. And then, but there is the convenience of studying at home. You have full control of your time. You choose what you want to do. And then, unlike back in face to face, we are not able to apply our learnings because back then we did have the bazaars, the white elephant, trading fairs, etc., where we were able to apply the things we learned. And then my family situation, we are financially getting by. We aren't rich. We are not exactly stable. We are getting by. And then everyone in my family is occupied. My father is an OFW. My mother works an office job. My sister works as an editor. Me and my brother are studying here in PCC. He is grade 12. So we are all very occupied. We are only usually able to bond during the weekends. And then lastly, in my personal SWOT analysis, I used these questions in order to get my
Okay,
strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
keep that for the personal SWOT itself. Sorry, we have time constraints.
And then so here it is. In my strengths, it asked what skills or experience I have, skills and knowledge. I have skills.
Choose two of each. Choose two of each. Two strengths, two weaknesses, two opportunities, and two threats.
Okay, sir. Here I have skills and knowledge in speaking and tinkering. I've done many programs. I've done hosted many events. And in tinkering, I took electrical installation and maintenance as my TLE in grade 9 and 10, which helps me learn a lot about electrical installation and maintenance. Two of my weaknesses, things I could improve on, is my leadership and my social skills. We are all still developing as leaders, though I have much experience with it. I know I am not the best. And then in socializing, again, I do not believe I need many friends. That is why I do not make the effort to make many friends. And then in my opportunities, I looked at my strengths to see what opportunities they opened up, and then I looked at my weaknesses and figured out ways on how I can eliminate them. So I could socialize more if I could bring myself to give people advice about speaking or giving them opinions on their ideas, etc. And then as for my threats, the things the obstacles I face as the reason why I do not join other activities is because I have a lack of experience, I have a lack of knowledge, and I am not able to gather the courage to join them. Finally, the strategy I think would work the best for developing myself in the following years have to do with focusing in an area that I need, taking my time, and working on at least two areas of development. And that's about it.
Okay. Give Mr. Medina a warm hand of applause. A warm round of applause. Mr. Medina, can you return to the previous slide? I just noticed that your weakness, you have the social skills na naulit siya. So probably you can you can think of other things to replace the social skills aspect. Probably another thing that you can add to the threats is what will happen uh, probably with the Philippine economy, if not the Japanese economy. That is part of the threats or the
Yes.
pest. Yeah. But
Uh, in
overall,
the in
overall,
the
Kimi no presentation, sugoi desu.
Sir, in the template I followed, kasi it asked about the weaknesses that seriously threaten my opportunities, and one of those were my social skills.
Yeah, no problem. Each instruction has its own sets of criteria for the weakness and threats. But overall, it's an excellent presentation. So thank you, Mr. Medina. I'll give you the grades later. I'll send it to you personally. Next, we are on a time constraint. Mr. Encarnacion, can you kindly upload your slide?
Hello, sir. Nakikita niyo na po.
You're medyo ngongo. Hello?
Hello, sir. Um, hello.
Sound mo. Can you hear Mr. Encarnacion class? Sa akin, I can adjust naman, but they might not be able to hear you well. Sino ba next week? Quarterly assessment. To the one asking, Miss Almendares, naka-upload siya dun sa assignment tab. Wait lang, I'll upload it also to the class activity. It's just a seat work while the others are presenting. You may do it. Mute siya, no? Naka-mute ka, Mr. Rob Encarnacion.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yan, mas okay na.
Mas okay na. Hello. 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 Sir.
Yes, you may start.
Okay. Wait lang, sir. Wait.
Mali.
Hello, sir. Rinig na.
Yes.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Rob Benedict Encarnacion. First of all, gusto ko mag-sorry kasi mabagal yung net. And second is yung hindi kaganda ng presentation ko yung gawa ni Kurt. Masyado kasing ginalingan ni Kurt eh. So
No,
this is my
pagalitan mo yung PLDT o yung internet provider mo.
So this is my personal SWOT analysis. So my inspirational quote is self-made ko to sarap. Life and learning will continue. Apply the good things, filter out the negative, then use it in your own advantage. So this is my philosophy for 3 years now.
Sir, yung slide mo po, hindi nakikita.
Hindi pa.
Nandun ka pa rin sa SWOT analysis, sir. Ano nangyari? What happened? Yan.
Okay na, sir. Sir, okay na.
Yes. You can use it to your own advantage. Okay. Next slide.
So let's first tackle what is SWOT analysis. So a SWOT analysis is a compilation of your company's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The primary objective of a SWOT analysis is to help the organizations develop a full awareness of all the factors involved in making a business decision. So dito sa personal SWOT analysis ko, we will tackle yung kung ano yung personal strengths, weaknesses, my own definition of opportunities and threats. So let's first tackle what are my strengths. So first of all, leadership, yan yung pinakamalaking strength ko. And sunod is honest, ambitious, idealistic, resourceful, straightforward, visionary, team-oriented, family-oriented, versatile, persistent, and positive attitude. So,
Wait.
ito yung mga.
Wait, can you explain two of those strengths? Kahit yung dalawa lang.
So, leadership, like si Kurt, sir, kasi magkaklase kami niyan for how many years sa PHS, and for how many years na pagsasama, lagi kaming may mga group activities, section activities na kailangan ng leadership. And doon, mas nahasa yung leadership ko, kung paano makikipag-communicate, kung paano ako makagawa ng ideas na ipoprot sa team na makakatulong sa success ng activity. So, yun yung na-master kong strength throughout those years, leadership. Sunod, yung the best suited strength sa akin is ambitious. So, marami sa atin yung matataas yung pangarap, sobrang pinipressure yung sarili to reach that dream. So, ako yun, isa ako sa mga ganun. Kaya, as much as possible, every step I take, the best lagi. So, ayan. Yun yung best two strengths ko. So, next up is weaknesses. Weaknesses, emotional, use of hurtful words, too straightforward, hot-headed, impatient, and I put too much pressure on myself. So,
again, choose two.
I put too much pressure. Okay. So, emotional. Kasi, bilang isang leader, gusto ko minsan ako yung susunod, minsan gusto ko ako yung palagi maririnig. Tapos pag hindi ako nasunod, medyo magagalit ako ganun. Kaya parang dapat hindi siya nagagamit, hindi siya dapat nilalabas pagdating sa pagiging professional, yung emotional. So, sunod dun is pag masyado ako emotional, masyado akong nakakasakit ng damdamin ng ibang tao, ay nagiging straightforward madalas. Kaya nagli-lead sa away, ganun. So, yun. Next is opportunity. My personal concept of opportunities is when you use your strengths and make your weaknesses your asset, it is considered you are creating yourself a huge opportunity. I will explain it further mamaya. Bakit parang ganito yung personal concept ko ng opportunity. So first, I really know myself talaga. Yun yung pwede kong maging opportunity. Second is vocal. And lastly is I learn everything on what I watch and read and apply it to my own philosophy. Like yung Naruto. Masyado ko na-addict these days sa Naruto. And lahat na learnings na natutunan ko doon, ina-apply ko sa philosophy ko. And syempre sa leadership values. Next up is threats. So my personal concept and definition of threats is when you don't create your weakness an opportunity to grow and make it as your strength. So basically parang naliwala mo yung weakness mo and mas pinairal mo pa siya. So pag sinama-sama ko lahat ng yun is magle-lead sa negative attitude. So next, I see myself in 5 years span. I'm studying very hard sa 2 colleges. It's either sa dalawang college na nakikita nyo ngayon. It's either sa UP or sa Lasal. I will study hard and I will gain more experience, knowledge that I need to prepare myself for the future. So, next. So these are my 2 inspirations. So So, kung bakit ko nagustuhan kung bakit nagkaroon ako ng personal definition and concept ng opportunities because of these two. Kasi, as you can see, Lebron, magaling siyang basketball player, GOAT nga, di ba? GOAT. Pero, behind basketball is a businessman and a very good father figure. So, gusto ko silang maging inspiration para paglaki ko, kukunin ko yung path na kinuha nila. Ganun. And like Vico, isa siya sa mga iniidolo ko ngayon kasi dahil sa millennial way niya ng leadership and service sa public. So, I see myself in 10 years span practicing in this kind of profession. Public servant or to become a businessman. Actually, pareho lang to eh. Pareho lang yung public servant at businessman kasi pagiging public servant ko, nakakatulong ka sa kapwa mo, sa community, sa city, and sa business, pag nagkaroon ka ng business, nakakatulong ka sa employees mo, nakakagawa ka ng trabaho, ng employment, and also natutulungan mo yung economy ng bansa. And lastly, understanding the SWOT analysis deeper. So, I honestly nagustuhan ko tong SWOT analysis because of this SWOT analysis. I mainly know myself deeper, and I share my own self sa mga classmates ko, mas nakilala nila ako, and help myself grow to much bigger world. Because once we knew ourselves, the sky is the only limit. Moreover, in much bigger world, there are many challenges and trials that will shake our perspectives, dreams, ideals, and philosophy. When we know ourselves and ideals, we can be shaken and influenced easily. So, like for example, this week, ang daming deadlines, ang daming pressure, family problems. Tapos si Sir nagpapagawa pa ng kung ano-ano, 'di ba? Parang ang bigat sa pakiramdam. Pero once na you know yourself and you know your goal and dreams, dire-diretso lang yun, dadaanan mo lang yung mga yun kasi alam mo kung saan ka pupunta eh. So, I actually approve this SWOT analysis. So, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, so good inputs, no, from Mr. Encarnacion. Well, I think you will like the SWOT analysis of your personal, of your own personal SWOT analysis rather than the, as I previously mentioned, the 100-item true or false multiple choice. No? And regarding dun kay pakibalik nga si Papa Vico nyo. No? So si Vico Soto is a product of the Ateneo de Manila University, particularly sa School of Government. No? He is just using himself as an instrument of the Ateneo core values. And one of those is magis, which means to do things more. The other is to become men and women for others. And another is cura personalis, or taking care for someone else being. So yung idol nyo, he is just using the core values of the school. So like you, Mr. Encarnacion, if you're going to enter to De La Salle University, no? What is on the slogan of De La Salle University? Kindly share that picture again of La Salle. Though I'm not a Lasalista, is Religio Moris Cultura. Tama. So kabisado ko rin, no? Hindi ako Lasalista. So religion, morals, and culture. So you can use that on your culture. How do you define culture in the workplace? How do you define morals when you become let's say a professional CPA? And what is the impact of religion, ethics, morals, and culture? So yun lang naman ang may share ko, just my 2 cents. Hindi ko sure yung sa UP, but lahat naman ng schools, they have good core values that you can use for your personal advancement and your usage of strategies. Thank you, Mr. Encarnacion. Next, merong gustong sumingit, no? Nandiyan na ba siya? Miss Bustamante, are you there? Abot ba siya?
Sir, hindi po.
Ayaw mo sumingit? Okay. Ayaw mo magpasingit sa bakuna? Miss Tayag, how about you? Are you ready?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, let's start. That's the masses. Break it down. Mr. Medina, no, if you're going to Japan, sana makakuha ka ng, I think mahal yata CDs ngayon. Meron pa ba CD ngayon? Most of the time they're using digital na eh. Probably I want a waifu pillow. No? Infinite Stratos, no? Kung pwede magpadala dyan. Hindi nabanggit ni Mr. Encarnacion, one of the reasons why I made you do the SWOT analysis. If you do not know yourself, how do you know other people? How can you do a business if you do not know your customer? So that's another reason. Ano, Miss Tayag, upload mo na? Upload na ba? Wala pa. Sinong ready dyan? Skip muna natin si habang nag-upload pa. How about you, Miss Kanufin? Ready na yung slides mo?
Ready po. Ako po ba magpe-present, sir?
Para pagkatapos mo, ready na kagad si Miss Bustamante.
Sige po.
Ay, Miss Tayag pala, sorry. Okay. You may start. Ingat. Ito. Sige lang, Miss Alamo, no problem. You may start, Miss Tanufin.
Kita na po ba screen ko, sir?
Kita niyo ba, class? I can see it.
Wait lang po. Ayun po, sir.
Kita ko.
Kita na po, sir?
So far, hindi pa lumilitaw. It has not appeared yet. Yan. Hindi, kahit siguro ganyan na lang muna. Try natin. Sige. I-present mo. Send. Yan. Okay.
And, ay ba? Good morning, everyone. I am Kristen Ikanufin from Archdiocese of Cotabato, and this is my personal marketing plan via SWOT matrix analysis. And our inspirational quote for today is, "Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's learning to dance in the rain." It is anonymous. It was written anonymously. It simply means that one has learned to not allow anything to deter them from reaching their full potential. They don't just wait for bad things in their life to go away. Instead, they have a positive attitude and take challenges head on and enjoy the journey. And for my executive summary, for the first 5 years, which I will be 18 years old to 22 years old. First is diligently study and finish my course, which is Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. Join numerous organizations in college that will help me gain experience and learn new skills. While organization in college is not only help you in college life, but also in finding jobs after you graduate. And Master XL, because I believe that it is one of the basic but important skills in accountancy. And pass the certified public accountant examination, then learn multiple languages that will be used in the next 10 years, which is probably 23 to 32 years old, because I want to work as an accountant abroad, preferably countries like Switzerland, Japan, or Canada. Then rise through the ranks and become an accountant manager, make investment in stocks, acquire my dream house, and establish my own business, which is apartment, resort, and events place. I choose this business because first for personal use, and through this I can generate income from these assets, especially the market price of land does not diminish but rather increases as time goes by. So I think it is a good investment. Opportunity cost of my college education. As an incoming college freshman, the following are my prioritized schools to acquire a bachelor's degree. First is the University of the Philippines, UP Diliman. Ba't wala yung picture? Second is Polytechnic University of the Philippines.
Delayed ba yung slide?
I don't
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
sir, may error po ata. May picture, ayun.
Okay lang.
Ayan po, ito na po. Is PUP.
Delayed na
Then
yung
third
picture mo
is
ng Mapua. Okay. Sige lang.
third is Mapua University, Manila.
Okay.
The competitive matrix profile. These three schools, UP, PUP, and Mapua. Their locations are, all of them are located in Manila. Their tuition fee on UP ranging from 40,000 to 50,000 per year, while PUP doesn't have tuition fee, and Mapua is 130,000 to 195,000 per year, and the duration of accountancy is for both UP and PUP is 5 years, while Mapua is 4 years. I think they have different systems, so that's they are graduate earlier.
Technically 3.5, pero in reality 4 siya. And then you add the masters in business analytics, you'll finish it in 5 years. Yeah, sige lang.
Yes, and my first choice in courses is all of them is accountancy, but in second choice is either medicine or psychology, and if I was in Mapua is engineering and business management because I think Mapua is specialized in engineering.
Okay, psych din sila.
Yep. In conclusion, all these three universities are high risk because they have low passing rate, but are well-known universities. The choices have low admission rate aside from possible failing and being expelled, but the credibility of these universities make up for it on their quality of education. So finishing my courses will open for various employment opportunities, and my primary choice is University of the Philippines. So why UP and BS in accountancy? Studying in University of the Philippines is my childhood dream, and since I was a child, I like math and numbers. And accountancy is one of the most high-paying job and in demand on the market. And the most reason why I choose it is because of my NK result. I told to myself that if my highest result will be ABM, I will take accountancy, but if it's STEM, I will choose medicine. And luckily, my highest result is ABM with a little higher increment than my STEM. Though situation in industry analysis and accountancy, target personal market as a future undergrad include first, government agency like DBM or Department of Budget and Management, COA or Commission on Audit and
Okay, okay
DOF
na yan. No?
is...
Dun sa ano na
Sige
lang,
po.
Miss Kanutin. To each of the SWOT.
Yan. This is my
Yan.
personal SWOT matrix, but I applied it in setting or situation in college. So my strengths is I am emotionally stable. Many say that in college, there are times that you will have really a feeling great, and it's for them it is common. So emotionally stable will help me to make rational decisions and face atrocities with a calm mind. For second is critical and analytical ability. In addition to being use financial data effectively, one of the most important skills for accounting professionals is the ability to interpret that financial data and analyze the interplay between that informations. So the overall organization and various individual department is within it. So weaknesses is I am a web novel, manhwa, manga, and anime addict. I can control it. My minimum screen time is, even I'm busy, is 8 hours. And my maximum, of course, is 24 hours a day. So I barely sleep or not at all and tend to procrastinate. And if I have free time, I do these things instead of resting. So second is essays. Or I am too straightforward person, so I have poor descriptive skills. So writing essays with minimum of 1,000 words scares me, and my straightforwardness actually sometimes bring me a lot of troubles because of misunderstanding. And for opportunities in college, because one of it is Republic Act number 10931, or Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act, where it is where state universities and other colleges are being have free tuition fees. So I think it's a great opportunity for students who have financial problems. And second is scholarship. Most of the scholarship are often for college students like CHED, government, and etc. This can help you on financial difficulties and or just simply if you want to buy anything. And threats is limited slots. In college, many say that it's not hard to pass the entrance exam, but rather to have limited slots, so they take or choose those that have higher or highest result. I have my friend's sister. I just share it. She was studying or applied for PUP, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, and she chose her course is psychology, but they have limited slots, so she switched from psychology to biology. And some of them are because of also limited slots. Even they apply for in the branch of UP Diliman, they were swapped in UP Laguna. Then second is competitive environment. It's not about they're being competing to each other, but rather the pressure of having a variety of students and syempre, good students, the pressure that come up within to makasabayan sa kanila is hard because of the pressure. So I think for the strategy to overcome the weaknesses and threats, you need to understand it with using your strengths and opportunities. And as Sir said before, this personal SWOT analysis is for to know yourself better. Because how can you understand others or their situation if you don't know yourself? That's all. Thank you for listening.
Warm round of applause for Miss Kanutin. So, excellent. Sino may next natin? Habang hinahanap ko si next, I had a classmate in the past. Natanggap siya sa UP. That's the Next, si Miss Bustamante. Are you ready na, Miss Bustamante, with your slide? Tagal facing natin. I might extend a bit. Miss Bustamante.
Yung next to si Jerry, pwede ako siya lumabas. Ako sa
Bochi nga. Nabolang bit siya. Ito nga, siya. So, good morning, Miss Bustamante. You may start.
Good morning po. Applied Economic Long Test SWOT Analysis presented by Alex Bustamante. Next po. I will start my presentation with a quote from Aristotle.
Hindi ako, ikaw, chubby.
Hindi po marinig maayos, sir.
Yan, okay na.
I will start my presentation with a quote from Aristotle, but before that, I have read on an article that knowledge is actually power. Knowing what your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats put you in a powerful position for action. So according to Aristotle, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. It means that your relationship with yourself is one of the most important relationship with your life. It's the basic knowledge that we all have to know. We should know ourselves, understand ourselves for us to grow as a person. Next po. Let's now move on to the executive summary of my plans for the next 15 years. For the first 5 years, 17 to 21 years old me, these are years before I graduate, so I don't have actually many plans aside from these three. First is pass the entrance exam and become a student in a school that I wanted to be in. Second in my plan is to study hard and get the course I wanted to pursue. And while studying in college, I want to gain knowledge as well as skills that I need for my dream job. Last in my 5-year plan is get a part-time job if ever that I have time, because this will help me financially. But not only that, I think I can gain some skills while doing this. Next po. I have many plans for another 10 years, age 22 to 32, but I only put my main plans on this slide. First one is finish my studies and earn my Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. Also, pass the Certified Public Accountants Licensure Examination. Next on my plan is get in and work at one of the top auditing firms in the city or country. After doing work for years and I earn enough money, I plan to travel around different places in the world. It may be with my family or friends. Lastly, gain enough experience and eventually work abroad. Next po. Opportunity cost of my college education, competitive profile matrix. Next po. Ano pa lang sa next pa lang nun, Kimi? So these are my top 3 chosen schools. First one is the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, PUP. Second is the University of Makati, UMac. And lastly, the University of the Philippines, UP. Next. These are some photos of the 3 chosen schools, PUP, UMac, and UP. This is the competitive profile.
Nandun pa rin ako sa CPM.
Saan po, sir?
Sige lang. Yan niya, yung competitive profile matrix. Sige lang. Baka may lag lang ng konti.
Academic institution, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, University of Makati, University of the Philippines. In terms of their location, PUP is located at Anona, Santa Mesa, Maynila, Calakhang, Maynila. UMac is located at JP Rizal Extension, Makati, Metro Manila. University of the Philippines is located at UP Campus, Quezon City, Metro Manila. For their tuition fees, in PUP, it is 2,000 pesos. In UMac, 6,000 pesos. And for UP, it's 33,800. For their academic terms, all of them are semester, and my first choice in all of the schools is accountancy, and if ever that hindi makapasa, civil engineering. Next po. For conclusion, after comparing and thinking what school is better for me, I decided to go to Polytechnic University of the Philippines, PUP, and study accountancy. This decision is concluded with the help of my family because I know that it will have a big effect on my future. There are lots of fears and worries, but the fact that I will graduate at the school that I wanted to be in since I was grade 7 student is a great accomplishment for myself. Additionally, finishing my course at PUP will create many employment opportunities for me. Next. So why PUP NBS Accountancy? Polytechnic University of the Philippines is known for its accountancy course, and it is the largest producer of certified public accountants. Second is I want to fulfill my childhood dream, and which is to become a student of PUP and become an accountant. And last, as a student that has a sister which graduated at PUP, it will be easier for me since I can ask and talk with my sister about the culture and how is it inside the school. Next. Let's now move on to the situation or industrial analysis. Personal target market. First one is the government agencies. For example, is Commission on Audit or COA, and next is Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP. Another one is auditing or accounting firms like SGB, PwC, and Deloitte. It is not just government agencies and auditing firms, but every financial institutions or huge company and businesses can be a great target market for future accountants. Next po. Market needs for future accountant. First is graduate or licensed preferred accountant. The primary requirement or need for an accountant is that he or she needs to be well skilled and responsible for what or she do. Second one is an accountant should have diverse knowledge. He or she should have the knowledge, diversity to provide a broad range of services because accounting is not just about recording in a ledger. It has many different areas that accountant can provide. Another market needs for future accountant is organization and attention to detail. An accountant must ensure that the financial books, financial records, financial statements are well organized and detailed so that there will be clarity of your work and your work will be more understandable. Last one in my slide is an accountant should have security and internal controls since they deal with the financial health and condition of an organization. Accountants must have the integrity and reliability to ensure that confidential data remains secure. Next po. I will now present my personal SWOT analysis matrix. So, strength. First, in my strength.
Pili ka ng dalawa each.
Okay po, sir. First, in my strength is being organized. Being organized means that you put things in a well-arranged way. Maybe by keeping organized, I can save time looking for things that, and I will have more time to work on important tasks. It also reduces stress related to lost items or lost informations. Moreover, it helps me increase my productivity. Another strength is determination. It is the one that enables me to persist and strive until I reach what I wanted. Determination keeps me going forward toward my goal, trying and striving, not giving up even after encountering obstacles and difficulties. Since life is never smooth, many of us fall off and when we come across obstacles. But with determination, we can overcome any type of obstacle. I think it is a great asset that can make us more successful in life. It's just simply don't quit, do it. For my weaknesses, first one is lack of communication skills. In my case, it is hard for me to approach or communicate with others, which gives me a disadvantage as a future accountant who needs to make transactions with lots of companies and people. Another weakness of mine is procrastination. Procrastination is a common human weakness. It is when a person put off doing things, leave them to the very last moment, or sometimes even spend their time at unimportant things. Being a procrastinator makes it difficult for me to accomplish certain tasks. because it turns out that I don't have enough time left to do my task, especially when I keep putting off my start date.
Oh,
For my
gosh.
opportunities, as I am thinking on what my current opportunities, I cannot think of something. That is why almost all of these opportunities are what I think my opportunities for the future. First one is high demand on accountants. As long as companies or firms are present and running, accountants are always needed. With our growing industry where companies and buildings are emerging as years pass by, more accountants are in demand. By the time I finish my studies, the demand for accountants would be even greater. Another one that I see as my opportunity is advancement of technologies. Advancement of technologies will require you to learn new technical skills and it may be hard to follow, but we can always learn through time. The process of learning of the new technologies may be hard, but when I get the hang of it, it will be a big help for me since it can make my work a lot easier. Lastly is the threat. First to this is force majeure. These are unforeseeable circumstances such as pandemic, earthquakes, hurricanes, war, and explosions. It may affect the operation and status of the school and it will probably delay my completion of the studies. Another thing that I see as a threat is the online learning. Online learning helps us to learn even if we are in a great distance, but far from that, for me, it can be a threat to my skills and knowledge because there is a huge gap in what I learn from online class and from
Okay.
face-to-face classes.
Isa
It
pa
hinders,
Okay.
sir, ano pa?
Okay na, Miss Bustamante, no? Total,
Sige po.
nilagay niyo yung force majeure. What is force majeure? What is the definition of majeure?
Sir, yun po yung mga unforeseeable circumstances like war, this pandemic, earthquakes, hurricanes, mga ganun po.
Yes. So, remind ko lang doon sa mga nag-copy ng force majeure. Force majeure is a French word meaning acts of God. So, tama yung binanggit ni Miss Bustamante. So, thank you, Miss Bustamante. Ay, nasa na yung hat? Where's my hat? There. Okay. Next, Miss Mamaradlo. Aba.
Sir,
You may start. Sana. You may start na. You may upload your file.
sir, kita na po ba?
Two each na lang yung sa Swot, para hindi tayo tumagal. Kailangan makasampuman lang.
Sir,
Yung next kay Miss Mamaradlo, paki-ready na rin kung sino man siya. Gonzales ka.
good morning po.
Yeah.
This is my long test SWOT analysis. My inspirational quotation is, strive not to be a success, but rather to be a value. Like what Albert Einstein said, when you become of value, you earn that sense of purpose. Like it gives you a direction on what else you want for your life, rather than simply aiming for a target. Aim to be that type of person you will inspire others.
Sige, next. Oh, get into med school. Okay. Try to finish bachelor in accountancy. Sige, next slide na. Nakita ko na. Yung school. Next slide, please. Yan. Okay na, baba mo na lang. Sige. Okay. Kindly discuss. Ay. Habang may problema. Dito. Sige. Please, please speak. Naka-mute eh.
Next po.
Continue, Miss Mamaradlo.
These are my competitive couple matrix goal choices. The first one is University of Santo Tomas, second is Polytechnic University of the Philippines, and third is Teresa University, all from Manila. I want to take that accountancy and business administration if I get into PhD and business administration in PUP and veterinary in the University.
So what did you choose habang nag-i-scroll? Yan, UST, nakita ko na. Okay.
If I got accepted in this school, I'll choose to study at UST because I know it can give me assurance to work on higher companies, knowing that my uncle is also graduated there and gone to work in a good and stable company now. But it also depends on how would I study hard and strive harder because there's a tendency that I may fail some subjects or maybe all.
Okay. Okay, sige. Ano mo na, doon na tayo sa SWOT. Basahin ka na lang situation. Sige. I'll just read the situation na lang. Not sure. Okay, there you go. That's it. Okay. Can you explain at least two of each? Bakit yun napili yung strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats para maka-report ng iba? Mamarad.
The strengths, creative and observative. This will help me in everything about academics, most especially in college. It helped me in absorbing knowledge in every topic that will be discussed. Extrovert. Being an extrovert person becomes an easy to communicate to people, especially when there's something I'm confused about or when there's a groupings. Weaknesses. Public speaking. I get anxious whenever I speak in front of a lot of people that turns into stuttering and mental blocking. Presentation skills, like what you said, sir. I'm really a fast speaker and I don't know how to manage it.
Okay.
Opportunities. Realization. It would be better for me and I think all of students if they realize something about academics. Company offers a job for no experienced fresh graduate students. I have seen a lot of companies not hiring a person who doesn't have experience. That's why some of them are struggling to enter in a company. Threats. Right now I have like 3 choices and I am still confused what to choose. And it's hard to choose the course I will be taking in college in between the choices or options that I have because anytime I might change my mind. Money needed. It's hard to say that even if financially stable, there's a tendency that you could run out of emergency funds.
Okay, that's okay, no? That's good. Excellent. So nakita ko yung ano niya, no? Nakita ko yung nilagay niya rito. The entry of new competitors. So this one will always be a threat. No? Even your classmates. Excellent. Entry of new competitors. Yung terror professors, galing lang sa akin yan, no? Pero this one is excellent. Company offers a job for no experience. So I saw your strengths, no, creative, observative, extrovert, language skills, communication. So these skills will also excel in marketing, no? Not just accounting or Sa veterinary, hindi mo naman makakausap si Doggy, no? Or si Cat. But in marketing, this is very useful as well. You can make the sales pitch, no? Or the sales. So thank you, Ms. Mamaradlo. Next, Gonzales. Are you there? Gonzales? Maka 12 man lang tayo. No? Gonzales. Today, pero tomorrow, ano na yan? Routine na yan. No? Wala si Gonzales. Skip ko muna. Akle, are you there? You may upload your presentation. Teka, sino ba yung nagsalit? Golf pala. Miss Akle.
Sir Gonzales po, sir.
Ano daw?
Gonzales po.
Gonzales. Okay. Sige, upload mo muna yung PowerPoint mo. Sige, share muna ako. Yeah. Are you ready? Pwede na. Sir, pwede po sumingit. Ang layo ko po kasi. Naka-ready na ba, Miss Gonzales? May gusto sumingit.
Sir, ako na po, sir.
Ready na? Ayan. Sige, ready na eh. Naka-ready na siya. You may upload your...
Sir, kita po, sir.
Wala. Blackout. Ayun. Okay. Ano na lang.
Okay na po, sir.
Yes, pero maliit siya. Kagandahan ng slide.
Naglalag.
Result.
Okay na po, sir.
Sige. Pahingi naman yan. Gagawin kong background para sa mga next year na grade 11. Kunin ko yan, ha? I like the color, no? Pang summer na pang summer. Sige, you may start.
Kita po, sir.
Biglang nawala nung
Okay.
tinanong mo. Pero kita na kanina. Kailangan maka-ano tayo.
Okay na po, sir.
Okay.
Okay na pa.
Yan. You may start.
Good morning, everyone. And I'm Mariela Gonzalez. I'm gonna present my SWOT matrix. I'm gonna start with a quote. There are no limits to what you can accomplish, except the limits you place on your own thinking.
Sige.
My executive
next.
summary in the next 5 to 10 years. I plan to finish my senior high school in Pasig Catholic College, then apply to various schools and universities. But I would like to study in PUP and take accountancy because it is my dream school to study. After I graduate college, I would take the Certified Public Accountant Licensure examination and hopefully pass it. After, I would help my family at our business to gain experience and test my skills. But my other option is having a part-time job, not only for financial purposes, but also to hone my skills and to gain more experiences.
Okay. Sige, nakita ka na.
After gaining my skills, I would apply to a job related to my course, which is accountancy. And after that, when I ensure that I am financially stable and can provide for myself, I plan to move to the US and find better opportunities together with my family. These are my top 2 colleges that I want to study. My first is the Polytechnical University of the Philippines and Mapua University. But my top choice is PUP because it is my dream school and PUP has the greatest rate of percentage who produces certified public accountancy graduates. And one of my cousins graduated from there, and it will be easier for me to ask the culture and whereabouts of the university. This is my SWOT analysis. Strength is independent.
Miss Gonzalez, hindi nakikita yung slide mo. Nandun ka pa rin sa hopefully. Ayan, college. Lumitaw pa lang ngayon. PUP saka... SWOT. Dalawa lang.
SWOT analysis.
Siguro yung dalawang dulo. Yung can easily adjust and open to new learning, tapos can have good relationship, having output done. Yung mga last two, no?
Strength and opportunities. Oh.
Yung sa strength muna, yung dalawa sa dulo, the last two items. Ganun din sa opportunity, the last two. And then yung weakness, also the last two, as well as the threats.
Can easily adjust to situations and environment. As a person po, madali lang po sa akin makipag-mingle po sa ibang tao, and I think po isa po siya sa greatest strength ko po that can really help me po sa course po na gusto ko, which is accounting. And I think po hindi lang po sa accounting siya a pro po, pero kahit ibang course po na kunin, it is a great asset po that will really help me. Open to new learnings and judgment po.
Okay.
Open po tayo sa criticisms po ng ibang tao, and open po tayo na mag-improve po tayo and be better po. Hindi lang po nililimit yung self natin sa kung ano lang po yung alam natin, and hindi po natin minamasama yung mga suggestions na binibigay ng ibang tao po. Opportunities. Can have good relationship with future workmates or people whom will be working with. Having output done with excellence po. Can have good relationship with future workmates or people who will be working with. Importante po kasi na marunong po kayo, meron po kayong camaraderie po with your workmates po, because hindi lang po dahil sa para magkaayos po or maganda po yung relationship nyo, pero po may effect po yun sa output na kinalalabasan po. Kaya po mas maganda po kung yung relationship nyo po with other people is maganda po. Having output done with excellence. When doing an assigned task po or work, binibigay po yung buong effort po, and pinag-iisipan po, and
okay,
mini-make sure po na maganda po yung output na binibigay niyo po. Weakness. Having trouble following schedule intended. Lacking of self-confidence. May tendency po kasi ako minsan na mabagal po gumawa, or minsan po hindi ko po nasusunod yung schedule na ginawa ko para sa sarili ko, kasi po mabilis po ako ma-distract, or may mga iba pong ginagawa na napibigyan ko po na yung attention ko po hindi po nakafocus dun sa kailangan po gawin. Lack of self-confidence po. Minsan po nagiging hesitant po tayo na express yung sarili po natin, yung ideas po natin. Kaya minsan po nagiging masama po yung ano po ng ibang tao sa atin dahil dun po. Threats. Being left out by other people can have first-hand choices po. Yun nga po sa lack.
okay.
Ano din po sa lack.
Ganito. Excellent report, no? But meron lang ako isang complaint. Ilang naman for me. You were not able to update the slides or the contents of the slides. But overall, siguro, ano ba pwede natin gawin natin threat dito? isang weakness kasi, pwede mo sana i-transfer siya sa threat, no? You could have transferred this having trouble following the schedule intended. Kung mangyayari man yun, kulang ka na naman ng another sa kabila. So you lack 4 items. Opportunity and 2 for the threats. So thank you, Miss Gonzalez.
Thank you, sir.
Miss Akle, are you ready?
Opo.
Akle. Ako na wala. Nandiyan siya? Wala. Yan, nandiyan na. Takot. Sige. You may start.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm gonna present my personal marketing plan via Swot Matrix. Yung inspirational quote ko po is, only time you should ever look back is to see how far you've become.
I-move mo pa ulit kasi, yeah, the only time you should ever look back is to see how far you've become. Nice. Okay.
For the first 5 years, I want to graduate high school with honors in 2022 and pass college entrance exams on my desired university schools and gain enough knowledge about accountancy in order to graduate. And for the next 10 years, I want to complete my bachelor's degree and have a 3.0 or higher GPA upon graduation, study and pass the CPA board exam, gain experiences in the country, then find work abroad, learn a new language, career passion, and personal satisfaction, and I want to be financially stable. My first choice is Polytechnic University of the Philippines. My second choice is San Beda. And my third choice is Far Eastern University. For my first school choice, the tuition fee is free. The academic term is semestral. In San Beda, the tuition fee is 5,000 per year. And sa FEU is 120,000 pesos per year. Semestral on both FEU and PUP and trimester naman sa San Beda. My first choice is BSA on all 3 and second choice BSBA on all 3 din. Tapos my third choice sa PUP is Bachelor of Science in Management Accounting. Third choice sa San Beda is Bachelor of Science in Legal Management, and third choice sa FEU is Bachelor of Science in Internal Auditing. Why PUP and BSA? I chose PUP because I can study at one of the best state university in the Philippines while helping my family from saving money. And I chose BSA because ever since I was in 7th grade, my goal has always been to be an accountant. My situation industry analysis. Target personal markets as a future undergrad include insurance companies, government agencies, and finance companies. The market needs for a future CPA is you need a bachelor's degree in accounting, completed and passed the CPA licensure exam, and general accounting experience supervised by a CPA with an active license. My strengths
are my adaptability. I work well under pressure, my communication skills, my openness, and my customer service skill. The
Okay.
first,
I'll select why are these two, why do you consider these two as your strengths?
sir, can you repeat the
Actually, all of your strengths are
sir, naglag po kasi.
on those. Come again.
Pa-repeat po ng question, naglag po kasi kayo.
Ah, pili ka, bakit communication and customer skills are your strengths?
Yung sa communication skill po, nag-gain ko po to this quarantine lang kasi nga hindi naman po pwede nang walang communication ngayon, lalo na sa internet lang yung way ng pakikipag-usap sa mga kaklase. And yung customer service skills ko po, nung nag-OJT po kami ng grade 10 para sa accounting namin sa TLE, yung assigned job ko po was to entertain new customers and bring them to their respective places. And I find it comfortable to do the task po, kaya nilagay ko po siya sa strengths ko. Because it is important for accountants to be able to develop good relationships with existing clients and in order to maintain them as well as attract the new ones.
Okay.
Weakness ko naman po is procrastination, lack of attention to detail, lack of time management skills. I'm unorganized and I have short attention span.
Because you procrastinate.
I have short attention span po. I have trouble focusing on tasks for a long period of time without getting distracted. But although I have this as my weakness, I use this as my break from time to time while doing my schoolworks. And yung second naman po is my lack of time management skills. I sometimes or most of the time feel unmotivated to plan and set my priorities ahead of the day or the week. And I'm also bad at estimating time din. For the opportunities sa industry ng accountancy is yung growing demand for accountants, yung pay rate, the ability to start your own business, advancement, and yung better understanding of taxation and business law. Sa growing demand for accountants, every business needs at least one accounting professional to handle their finances. It is safe to assume that significant demand for accountants will continue in the 21st century and beyond. And yung pay range naman po, because of the nature of the profession, accountants typically begin their careers at enticing salary levels. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that the median annual wage for accountants and auditors was $70,000 in May 2018.
Magkano? How much?
$70,500 po pala. Dollars. As of May.
Pero sa Philippines, how much po?
Hindi ko po nakita.
Dapat pala nag-BSA na lang ako, $70,000. Okay. No?
Sa threats naman po, sa industry ulit is yung economic condition, the stock market, legal tax factors, bribery and corruption, and yung profession po. Sa economic condition
okay,
po,
ako pipili. Bribery and corruption, saka yung the profession. Why did you consider it as a threat?
Sa bribery and corruption po, yung accounting profession po kasi has been the subject of severe criticism in recent times following the extensive corporate collapse. And yung profession po is accountants occupy a highly respected place in society and it attracts high caliber and individuals as a result, which in order to attract high caliber individuals and perpetuate itself in the society and hence monopolize the market for its services. The profession willingly or unwillingly erects
Monopolistic.
barriers which promotes inequality. Such barriers limit the growth potential of the profession.
Okay.
Yun lang po.
Kaming guilty na accountants dito sa bribery and corruption. Whether willingly or not, are forced to make a recipe, no? Cook the books, ika nga, tawag nila doon, gumawa ng recipe book, dayain ng FS. So, hopefully this doesn't happen. No? You will have a subject that will discuss this one, business ethics. So, thank you, Ms. Akle, for a wonderful presentation. Malabas po yung shake. Thank you. Next. Who's next? Ito pa lang. Kailangan ko pa ng 5 para makalahati na lang tayo tomorrow. Actually, Ombed, meron ba naka-ready? Wala. Nandiyan ba siya? Reyes. So habang nag-upload si Miss Reyes ng files, paki-upload na lang yung file. No? So habang nag-upload siya ng file, no, I saw that most of you are considering accountancy as the profession. But ito yung challenge ko sa inyo, no? Especially those who will be taking up an accountancy. When siguro wala ngayon, no? Pero if you're outside, can you determine if the person in front of you is an accountant as well? Accountant ba yung tao na yan? Or hindi? That's a good exercise for your mind. So you may start now, Ms. Reyes.
Narinig po.
Yes?
Good day to everyone. This is my personal marketing plan. So for my inspirational quote, the greatest glory in living lies not in ever falling, but in rising every time we fall, by Nelson Mandela. Executive summary for the first 5 years. Maintain good grades and apply for a college school that I want. Finish college with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Financial Management. Apply all the learning, knowledge, and wisdom in order to get hard easily. Look for successful companies to apply. Save money for future needs and emergency. Spoil myself and buy the things that I want. For the next 10 years, by having enough money, I will start my own business with my sister because she is a great cook and people will surely love it. Keep doing good in our business for franchising it. When I have more than enough money, I'll buy our own house for my family, become a successful woman at age of 30 to 35, have a stable life and have my own family and still spoil myself, and lastly, travel the world. As an incoming college freshman, the following are my prioritized schools to have a bachelor's degree. First is San Beda, second is FEU Manila, and third is UA. Opportunity cost. The top 3 schools that I want to go and pursue my career are San Beda University, Far Eastern University, and University of the East. I was not yet decided what school to pick out of these 3, but for me, they are my school to consider in my college, where I want to enhance my knowledge and my skills to the course that I will be choosing. There are different entrance exams, school rules, and requirements that is needed to get into this university. I am keeping in mind every little detail that is required to be able to enroll in my top 3 schools. I choose these universities since they are all established the quality of education that they are giving to their students. I've been seen successful people came from this university and it is one to be considered as I am two mind in the course I want to pursue and I also doing my research for each school to come up what really should I pick. This is the competitive profile matrix. First is Sanbeda, second FEU, third is UE. They are all located in Manila.
Yung
Then
slide hindi nakikita.
po,
Yung slide ng mga schools, I cannot see it.
ayan po sir.
No,
Hindi po.
nakalagay pa rin dito yung as an incoming college freshman, the following are my prioritized
Sir,
schools.
Sir,
So
baka
may
po
slight delay, I think.
naglalag po sa inyo.
Sige lang, okay lang. Continue.
Ayun nga po, yung tatlong school po, located po sila sa Manila. Tapos yung mga tuition fee po nila, unaabot ng 100,000 plus. Tapos lahat po yung 3 school, full semestral. Then my first choice sa tatlo pong school is BSBA. And my second choice is BSA po. Then why San Beda and BSBA? My top choice for school is San Beda. I have been looking at it in ages since it was introduced to me by my auntie, and it was one of the university known in business courses, which is the field that I want to pursue. Bachelor or Science in Business Administration is the course that was in mind since entering high school. The field caught my interest because I am dreaming to become a businesswoman when I was a child. I am thinking of having my own company when my business grows in time. In the next 5 years, my focus will be on how to become knowledgeable and skillful in the course that I am choosing, and having to use all the things I learned in entering the real world when I graduate college. By this goal, I will be able to fulfill one of my mission in life, to give my family the life that I always wanted. So, situation and industry analysis. Sa target or personal market needs as a future undergrad po. Government agency as example, DBM, DOF po. Accounting and auditing firms such as RG Banabat and Company and Navarro Amper and Company. Business firms and university. Market needs for future accountant or business ad degrees. Graduate for any course in business administration and has the ability to communicate well to other people. Service-oriented mindset, accountants should spend as much more time as possible with their clients, not only with these reflect their communicate to their clients. Establish and carry out departmental or organizational goals, policies, and procedures. Direct and oversee an organizational, financial, and budgetary activities. Manage general activities related to the making products and providing services.
Sige yung Swot, okay na yan. Yan.
Sa strengths po, interpersonal. Inside the workplace, I am excellent at communicating and listening to my colleagues and superiors. In addition, I am able to communicate and collaborate efficiently with others.
Ms. Reyes, do you have the SWOT, yung SWOT na talaga na matrix?
Yung sa dulo po, sir.
Sorry, I have to cut you off.
Ito po, sir.
Yung table na talaga itself?
Ayan po, sir. Na-present ko na po. Yung sa strength po, yun nga po, yung sa interpersonal. Tapos sa determination po, I keep interpersonal, organizational skill, dedication, determination, and adaptability po. Sa weakness po, impatient, lack of confidence,
kulang ka ng isang opportunity. And bakit nasabi mong location yung nasabi mong location?
Kasi po, sir, di ba, kilala po yung Manila sa threats po sa safety po ng students, pati po sa safety ko po. Kasi po, di ba, yung Manila po, parang kilala po siya na hindi safe, madami pong nananakawan, ganun-ganun po.
So you're saying na you're safety. Yung safety mo mismo.
Opo. Sir, sa opportunities po, hindi ko lang po nadagdag yung isa. Pero po sa first slide po, 5 po yung nagawa ko.
So for yun lang naman, ito lang siguro yung kasi I will consider location as a weakness. Lack of confidence. Okay yung form mo sa threats. Location. Career flexibility, of course. Well-known business school, ability to start your own business. Siguro profession. Another considered opportunity. So yun yung kulang. Ayun na rin yun, career flexibility. Probably demand for accountants is a good opportunity as well. So thank you, Ms. Reyes. Excellent work. So kulang lang isa, but overall excellent. Lumalabas
Sir,
mo yung
yung dun po sa opportunities ko, kompleto po yung dun sa first slide. Di ko lang po dito po yung isa, sir.
Ay, paki-edit na lang, please. Sige.
Sige po, thank you po.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Reyes. Miss, sino ba yung susunod? Nangongontrata sa akin. Si Miss Borca, I think. Yeah, Miss Borca. Mabagal tayo. Number 9, Miss Borca. Kaya talagang matutulog na ako. You may start. Sige lang, Miss Borca. Borca, you may start. May mini task nga pala ako habang hindi pa nagpe-present si Miss Borca. Kindly send your picture. Nakagawa na ako kanina ng class collage ng haro. So, sa inyo, nahirapan ako makakuha ng info, no? Miss Borca. You may start. Ayan na. Anyari.
Sir, rinig mo ba?
Yes po.
So this is my presentation for my personal SWOT matrix. Instead for preparing for an inspirational quote, I prepared a Bible verse and it is from Mark chapter 5 verse 36. It says, "Don't be afraid, only believe." In life, we will face tons of problems and challenges up to the point that sometimes we can't take it anymore. This Bible verse reminds us that we shouldn't be afraid because God won't give us something we can't resolve, and we just have to trust and believe in Him and expect that everything will be alright. Next, here is an executive summary of my plans in life for the first 5 years and for the next 10 years. For the first 5 years, probably graduate from senior high school, apply for college, and then try to finish my Bachelor of Science in Tourism degree within. I am looking forward to learn new skills and improve my knowledge so that I could get a job immediately. For the next 10 years, I hope to advances within this role, kung papalarin, being an FA, and to continue to learn and grow in the industry I chose. Learning does not stop when I get the job, so I'm hoping and willing to learn more because that could help me grow and it could help me to work more efficiently and become better in the industry that I will choose. Next is be financially stable so I can support or help my family, especially my parents. Next is
looking forward to invest more in experiences. For me, ages 23 to 32 is still young, and I will still face tons of challenges. I am looking forward to invest more in experience because that will help me improve myself as a person and of course to help me see the world from a better perspective. Next is to acquire real estate properties and of course to get married.
So you can see the executive summary of Miss Puerca. No? Combination siya ng Gen Y at saka Gen Z. Experiences and the truth. No? Opportunity cost.
As an incoming grade 12 senior high, it is important for me to already think about the universities I am interested in college because it's going to be a hard decision. It's better to be ready than to cram next year when it comes in choosing and applying for a school. So far, here are my top 3 choices. Lyceum of the Philippines University, STI, and Jose Rizal University. Here's the competitive profile matrix for the 3. For the school number 1, Lyceum of the Philippines University is located in Intramuros, Manila. Tuition fee ranges from 80,000 to 120,000 annually. Academic term is semester. And for the course choice, tourism, business ad, and psychology. For school number 2, STI, which is located in Parkway Drive, Taguig, Metro Manila. Tuition fee annually ranges from 54,000 to 58,000.
Okay.
Academic term is also semester. And just like in Lyceum, my choices are tourism, business ad, and psychology. For the third
Okay,
and
so
last,
what did you choose among the 3?
tourism po.
Ah? Si Lyceum?
Sir. Opo, Lyceum po, tas tourism.
Si Lyceum, no? Nice. Medyo malayo lang siguro sa inyo. Magaling din ng Lyceum. Mahal na pala Lyceum, 120,000. Okay. Sige
For
lang,
the
sige lang.
conclusion, after all 3 have their pros and cons. If ever that I will be accepted to all 3 academic institutions that are mentioned, I will choose to study at Lyceum of the Philippines University and study BS Tourism. Why LPU and BS Tourism? First, I want to fulfill my dream, which is to study there and be a flight attendant. I believe that it will open great opportunities and give me the ability to travel around the world. Also, to both develop my knowledge and my personality, and of course, I will learn the history of different places around the world. Fourth, Lyceum of the Philippines University is one of the well-known academic institutions when it comes to studying tourism. And last, I'm hearing a lot of positive feedbacks about the school. Situation or industry analysis. My target or personal markets are airlines such as Philippine Airlines, Cebu Pacific, AirAsia, and Qatar Airways. For hotel and resorts, Okada Manila and Shangri-La. Market need for a future flight attendant. For educational background, flight attendants must have at least high school diploma and preferably an associate or bachelor's degree. They need to pass the training. Once a flight attendant is hired, airlines provide their initial training. It usually ranges from 2 to 3 months. And it takes place at the airline's flight training center, and it is required for FAA certification. Next, one of the top skills that they are looking for is that first, attentiveness. second, communication skills, and then third, customer service skills. Let's proceed to my personal SWOT analysis.
Sa SWOT matrix na itself.
For strength, I'll choose height and eager to learn. For height is indeed part of job
Ano ba height mo?
5'3" po, sir.
Pwede. Okay.
It is indeed part of the job requirements that needs to be met. Luckily, I reached the minimum height requirement for females, which is 5'3". Next po is eager to learn. Truly, learning is a never-ending journey. I consider this as a strength because there are things that I still don't know. There are also things that I am willing to know and learn. I'm very eager to learn something new every day, as it will help me and lead me in improving and becoming a better person. For weakness, first is I'm not creative. I'm not good at producing ideas because I'm not that creative, especially when doing tasks. As we all know, creativity is a valuable workplace skill because it can be a useful tool for developing ideas, increasing efficiency, and devising solutions to complex problems. But still, I know that it is a skill that can be learned and developed over time. Next is not that good with memorization. Considering my desired cause, memorization skills are very important. Some of the things we have to deal with are scientific terms and names, countries and their capitals, codes, and even history and culture in different countries. As such, I have to be good with it as it will be an essential tool in studying tourism. For the opportunities, first, tons of jobs, options to choose from. Studying tourism could open or offer tons of job options to choose from. I could be in the hotel and restaurant management. I could become a part of an airline travel and luxury cruise. It allows me to work in different food and beverage services around the world. And I could also be an event planner or travel counselor. Next is utilize my skill in a different way. Like what's mentioned, there are tons of job options to choose from in the tourism industry. As I study this course, for sure, I will develop or learn new skills that is not just for being a flight attendant.
That's naman the pandemic. So I'm curious. Pandemic and the tuition fee.
Wait lang po. Threat, first is pandemic. I consider this pandemic as a threat because of the fact that it affects every sector in the travel and tourism industry, especially in airlines, hotels, and restaurants.
Okay.
One example po is when Philippine Airlines lay off 2,300 workers, approximately 30% of their workforce, because it is their recovery measure to survive the pandemic. So I'm seeing this as a threat. Next is increasing tuition fee. Among the 3 academic institutions I have mentioned, LPU has the highest annual tuition fee. Since my sister is also in college, I'm considering the fact that my family may not afford to send me there, so I may be forced to transfer to a school where there's a cheaper tuition fee.
Yeah.
Yun lang po.
Yes. So seeing it lang ako. For the tourism, I was lucky because I used to work for a hotel. We do renovations of the hotel. And talaga naman nung pandemic, wala silang work. As in, 3 to 6 months nakatenga lahat. He was asking me, Tito, gusto ko to take up nursing. Michael, it's your call. No? But do your own personal SWOT matrix. So try to find out if you're still making the right decision. As you said, you're excellent. Pray that's be in your favor. And try natin yung huling dalawa, no? Si Mr. Borja. Si Borja na yung last actually. Borja. First call.
Sir, naalis na po ba yung share screen?
Second call. Wala, no? Nawalan ako ng connection. Ay, nako. Ayan. Ayan. Second call, Borja. Bukas na magpe-presento. Si Miss Brazal yata yung nagre-request kanina to present. Last, sige, last. Miss Brazal. Last na. Ikaw na yung last. May nag-leave na tuloy. Miss Brazal. Busy yata si Brazal, no? So, we will continue tomorrow. Last call, Brazal. May iwan ka na ng ano? Yan. Sige, last na. You're preparing for your asynchronous pa doon sa ibang subject. At ako ay matutulog din. Okay. So, kay Miss Borca, no, if she's applying for experience, I think okay din ang experience ng Setback and AirAsia. I like the uniform of AirAsia actually. So, minsan, kahit hassle yung trip ng AirAsia, sa AirAsia ako sumasakay.
Nakikita na po ba yung screen?
Yep, the cut groups.
Good day, PCCians. I am Joanne Caris from Archdiocese of Cotabato, and today we will discuss a topic about the personal SWOT matrix.
Okay. Yung school na lang, tignan natin kung ano yung decision mo. Ayan, life is a matter of choices. Nice. And every choice you make makes you. The school.
Wait lang po, sir. Naglalag po eh.
Sige. May scan ko na yung summary plan. Okay, sure, finish. Okay, okay, gain, okay. Okay, okay. Nice, accountant. Okay, travel the world, work hard, acquire real estate. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, college.
So this is my competitive profile matrix for my college choices. The first school would be the University of the Philippines, located at Diliman, Quezon City, and Metro Manila, and its tuition fee rates at 31,500. Whereas the second school would be the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, located at Santa Mesa, also in Manila. And before, the tuition fee in PUP rates at 2,000 pesos, but now that we have the Free Academic or Education Act, it is now for free. The last school would be the University of Makati, located at JP Rizal, Makati in Metro Manila, and its tuition fee rates from 2,000 to 6,000 pesos. But now I asked from a friend who studied there, the tuition fee for non-Makatizen is 6,000 and for Makatizen is 3,000
Ano yan per unit? O yung lahat na yun?
per unit po.
Mahal na rin. Okay.
The academics term for UP would be 2 semesters and also for PUP and UMAC. My first choice for all the schools is accountancy because it is my dream since I entered junior high school. And in UP, they are known for having courage, so I choose mass communication, and lastly would be flight attendant. And for PUP, I choose as a second choice is business administration, and same as for the first school, flight attendant. And for University of Makati, it would be entrepreneurship and business administration.
Ganda lahat.
So we have seen that out of all the universities that I want to pursue, I realized that it is the Polytechnic University of the Philippines that I want to go in college because it's affordable tuition as well as its quality education provided to its students. In addition to that, students who graduate also from PUP are the top choices of many companies when looking for applicants, and this is according to jobstreet.com.
Okay. Yung mga magpi-PUP dyan sabihan nyo ako. Sasabay ako mag-enroll.
So why PUP and why Bachelor of Science in Accountancy?
Yun.
Graduating as a student of accountancy and being an accountant is really a dream. For the past 4 years, it is really my masterpiece in the making. I choose PUP because it will help me get along. Maraming bagay ang pwedeng mangyari sa PUP, but it doesn't hinder the fact that it is a school worth studying and worth the sacrifice.
Okay.
Now for the industry analysis.
Sige, iyan mo na lang. Pakita mo. Swot. Yeah. Takot. Takot yung laptop. SWOT matrix and two of each. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
So providing a
Yes.
SWOT analysis about yourself is the hardest thing I have done for this long test because analyzing SWOT is equal to analyzing yourself, and it is hard to know oneself. Sometimes if we know something about ourselves, it can only be proved by other people. So my strengths are these 5, and I chose all or nothing and hardworking. As a student coming from a public school and as a scholar of San Miguel Petron Corporation with various of expectations to meet, kailangan mo talagang ibigay yung best mo because there is more to meet than those expectations. As an individual, it made me realize that I should not settle for less if I can achieve more. And I can consider it as a strength for in life, you should be able to bring out the best in you, not to meet others' expectation, but to satisfy yourself and excel on a certain field. So the next one would be
Oh, I thought I chose hardworking, but it is communication skills. And my communication skills before is not the same as I have now because I'm afraid of how other people might think about my thought. But since then, I had this teacher before in which she brings out the best in me. Do not stay as an echo, hence be the main voice, is the lesson I learned from her. And this can help me to make a good communication with other people as a future accountant. Because it is not always about money, money, and making money. It is also about talking and understanding one's idea. Now, for the weakness, I choose
Okay. Okay, ako
procra-
muna. Unahan muna kita. So you wrote here on your strength, it's hardworking, and then ayan, so there is the hardworking and then procrastinating. So I think yun lang siguro yung criticism ko. So okay, how about weak mental health and kakasakit ako dito. Miss Brazal?
Yes, sir. Naglalag po kasi kay sa end ko.
Eto, yung ano yun? Weak mental health and thoughts of other people.
So my
W2 and
mental
W.
So my mental health became weaker as I entered my grade 8 years because of this girl who is always staying her eyes on me and always seeking my mistakes. She made me realize that even if I try to be the best, there's still something to point out on me. But then now I realize that I should thank her for what she did to me, for I became more hardworking and always doing what's best for me. She makes me realize that some weaknesses are meant to be the way of our strength. The next one would be thoughts of other people. This is connected with the second weakness, which is the weak mental health. What other people think about me will always have an effect on me, whether it is a good or bad impression. Sometimes, iniisip ko na lang na I should live my life on my own and not by what other people wants me to be.
Okay. For
Next, for
opportunity, job opportunity and resourcefulness.
So for the job opportunity, this is one of the best opportunity related to PUP because PUP can offer to its students the best out of the best. This is according to JobStreet that most of the companies in the Philippines wants their employees to be graduates from PUP while it is UP rank at the top. This can help me to find job easier and also to go to the best companies that the Philippines have. The next one is resourcefulness. This last opportunity is a review of a previous student of PUP who graduated as a BSA who is under the name of BV. He said that the greatest opportunity of studying to PUP is the resourcefulness and innovation which makes them not be too different from other schools.
Okay. How about the
And
threats yung why do you consider it as a threat? For me, I consider it as as a weakness rather than a threat.
alin po, sir?
Etong threat mo, location of the school. Kasi ito napansin ko sa mga nagre-report. You did not consider the threat that accounting, no, or kung ano man yung course nyo might be automated in the near future. So for this one, location of the school, for me, should have been a weakness. Pero sige, explain why location of the school is a threat.
For me, it is a threat lang po because from Pateros to Santa Mesa, Manila, it is really a long ride, especially we'll just commute as a mode of transportation. Medyo malayo yung PUP from our house and I think this is one of the major threat that will make when I became or when I enter college. Sometimes, when we go to college, it is so tiring. Pagod ka na nga sa school then, pagod ka pa sa biyahe, and it will just magpapalaki lang siya sa possibility na ma-burnout ka sa school, and it is not good for one's mental health. I consider it as a threat since I am not good at commutes and di po ako magaling talaga sa mga directions.
Okay. I think you're saying a different reason for the threat. The threat for being as a woman, no, hindi natin masabi you might be subjected to catcalling, no, or even ano ba tawag dito? You might get stalked. No, yun siguro yung idea mo of the threat itself. And also you might get lost, but not the location of the school per se, because you will not choose it if it is a threat. I'm sure you chose PUP because of its strength. The location of the school is ideal for you. You will not choose it if it's not ideal. So I have some classmates in the past. We are studying at Intramuros, kung ano man yung eskwela na yon, and then they will commute every day from Pampanga, Laguna, Bulacan, Rizal. So kahit gaano pa kalayo yan, if you want to learn, it will not be considered a threat. But overall, excellent presentation to all of you. Congratulations. You all deserve a warm round of applause. Huh? So, medyo matumal tayo ngayon. No? Supposed to be we were going to do 10, 12. We're only able to do 10. So yung mga ibang nakikinig dyan, I hope you got the ideas, no, for the threat. No? Especially those who are studying accounting, there might be a chance that you might be automated. No? So, naman po, I will not be bothering you anymore. Lampas-lampas na tayo. No? So, yung tab for the mini task, I will be uploading it now. Yung mga tapos na mag-present ngayon, you can do it. And then yung mga magpe-present naman tomorrow, you still have time to edit, hindi Judith, your presentation. So, thank you. And God bless us all. That in all things, God may be glorified. Okay. Thank you, Zamb-Cot and Cotabang.